what's up, guys? Welcome back to Knightmare Talks. Once again, I'm Aaron.
I am Chase.
I know it's been a few weeks since we've seen you guys.
It's been a long time, guys. Long time.
What we're going to do tonight, we're going to talk about our trip to Fox Ridge Park. So we don't really have it. We're not going to have a movie to spotlight on this one.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like we have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, dude.
So for those of you who saw our last episode, you saw we finally went to Fox Ridge Park, the park here in Henderson, Nevada, that's supposedly haunted. And it was interesting, to say the least. It was interesting. So what we'll do is we'll just kind of do a recap of...
You know, I think we should talk about... So we actually had to shoot this twice. And the first go-around was... it was a learning lesson at best. So there was a lot of things for technical reasons and recording and all that good stuff, like lessons learned. Mm-hmm. But also, like, the people we encountered while we were out there were super informational and people that have had experiences out there. So it was actually kind of eye-opening, and something when we went back to do the second one, it was like, yeah, damn, like thinking about their stories, it was like, it makes this park that much creepier than it was before. Yeah, and I think it helped us. We learned from the first trip of what we were doing wrong, so we were able to correct that for the second one. Yep. But at the same time, we did lose some footage that we really, really would have liked to posted. We lost our footage with Brittany, the girl that we spoke to out there at the park. Shout out, Brittany.
Shout out, Brittany. Hit us up. We've been trying to get a hold of you. Hopefully you're out there watching.
Hope all is well.
Because we would like to meet up with you again and
hear more
do
stories.
Some more stuff. Yeah.
Yes.
So it's unfortunate that we lost that.
Yep.
And then we went back to the park the following weekend, and we met two really cool guys named Jason and Jason from Florida.
It's really weird that they're both named Jason. We get it, but they were awesome guys. One dude was from Florida, I think.
They were both from Florida.
Oh, were they both? Oh, I thought. Yeah. Well, I think the one guy lives here, but the other one was.
Yeah, I don't remember. One of them was moving here, or
something like that. Yeah.
But they were friends from Florida.
Anyway, cool dudes.
And yeah, they happened to be out at the park. So, recap. We went out there. I went straight from work. I got there at about 11:30ish, and Chase and Aiden got there at about 11:45. No,
it wasn't much longer behind you.
Yeah, you were right behind me.
Yep.
So, anyways, there was a bunch of people there, as there always is. Every time we go there, it doesn't matter what time in the middle of the night. There's always people there because this park is super haunted, supposedly.
Everybody's heard the story. It's crazy, I guess, the amount of people that know of this story. Because I don't think even way back in the day when we went out the very first time, not even when we were trying to record, before we even started this podcast, there was people out there trying to see the same thing that we were there to see. Yeah. So it's more well-known. Definitely, it was eye-opening for me that it was more well-known than I even thought it was.
And when you type in, like I said, Google it, type in most haunted places in Nevada, and Fox Ridge Park pops up in the top 5 on no matter what website you go to. It's in the top 5, definitely top 10.
There's been a lot of investigations with this park, too.
A lot.
It's been, given we're not investigators, but there has been a lot of investigations with this park specifically.
Yeah. So like I said, so when I arrived there, there was a group of people leaving, probably about 8 people that were leaving. And so I went over to the swing set, which is supposed to be where the little boy Levi, 8 years old, hit by a drunk driver, died. And he haunts the swing set. And that's where I met Jason and Jason, and was like, hey, are you guys here for the swing too? And they're like, yeah, we just kind of found out about it. We wanted to check it out. So once again, they decided to just hang out while we did our shoot. Yep. But that's where things got interesting, was as we were shooting as we were sitting in front of the swing set, they decided to go ahead and take a walk to the back of the park where supposedly the old lady, once again, we're not sure who the old lady is, but the form, the spirit, apparition, whatever you want to
call it, yeah, for sure,
of the old lady is supposed to be in the back of the park by the school. Well, one of the guys, Jason, I don't remember if it was Jason or Jason, but Jason,
the tall Jason,
you
know who you are.
You know who you are. He actually got a still picture on his cell phone of a shadow figure that was very, very distinct. It was clearly the form of a male.
Yep.
But if you remember, the hat looked kind of like a miner's.
It looks
hat,
like a miner's hat.
Like
so
an old
the
school
one was a
miner.
miner. He sent
not
it,
like a young kid, but
he texted me the photo, and you'll see it on here anyway. And we'll circle exactly where we're talking about in that sense.
pretty distinct.
It's very distinct, and there's a lot of people like that'll look at it and be like, oh, it's just shadowing, and it's grainy because of your picture shot or whatever because of the camera phone. Okay, cool. But even if that's the case, it's crazy that of all things it makes out, it looks like a person, and it looks like two people, like a human silhouette. The one was a miner hat, and the other one looks like it just has like a, if I'm not mistaken, it was like a robe or something over it or something like that.
Yeah, and once again, guys, we're not ghost investigators. We're not, we're not these guys that walk around with little EVP machines and stuff like that. Like, we literally just went to the park because people said, hey, you guys should go there and check it out and see if anything happens. There was nobody else there, dude. There was other people at the park by the swings, but when we were in the back where, or actually when Jason and Jason were in the back, there was nobody else back there. We were still at the swing set filming when they did that. Yep. And we had a clear view of where they were. We could clearly see them in the back of the park walking around back there.
Yep.
So there was not a miner back there, mining for coal in the middle of the night at this park. Yep. So what is it? Who freaking knows, dude? Is it a ghost?
And it's the time of night that we were out there too, right? So like, not saying that freaks come out at night, but I mean, freaks come out at night, let's be honest. So like, we were there at 11:45 when we were set up and started getting everything kicked off. It's a very weird, specific time of night. And to have as many people, not saying Jason and Jason are weird, I'm just saying that...
Well, if you're going to say they're weird, we're weird too, because we were there as well.
Well, imagine being the weirdo that's dressed up, just hanging out in a park, just to, of all things, dressed up like a miner. Like, that doesn't make any sense at all. So, don't really see that one. But anyway, there's probably people that will say, oh, well, I could totally see it happening, but I just don't picture that of all things.
Well, there was nobody dressed like a miner that was there.
No.
That part is clear.
In Brittany's story, to just add on to that, Brittany, shout out again. Like, that is a crazy story. I kind of want to have her on here to tell the whole thing, but that is the other thing I think about when we go to that park now, like, especially in that back corner of it. It's just nuts. But,
yeah, why don't you go ahead and recap what happened with Brittany the week before, since you were the one spoke to her the most.
Awesome. So, yeah, some of the footage that got messed up with that is, so we walked back. We had asked Brittany and her friend to go with us to the back of the park where she had a previous experience. And as we were going, she was telling us that she was standing, so there's like a field off to, like in the middle, that's just open. There's no playground. There's nothing out there. And she was standing out there, and in the very back corner behind one of the trees, she saw this old lady that was peeking out from behind the tree and just kind of glaring at her. Wasn't moving, and even when it did move, it didn't move fast. It was kind of a methodical, just slow movement, nothing intense. She looked, apparently made eye contact, and then instantly looked away. And when she looked away and looked back, I guess it was gone. So, there's a lot of things you can tell when a person tells a story, and I could tell literally to even tell the story a little long, go back to where the experience happened, really bothered her. Like, it wasn't just I have the story, but I'm so freaking tough that it doesn't faze me. Right. Dude, I'm going to tell you right now, if that had happened to me, I'd be terrified.
Well, when we asked her, we said, hey, Brittany, once again, and, there's certain things that we have learned as we started doing this podcast. You have to make sure that you ask people if they're okay with being on camera. And, her and the guy she was with they were okay with that. And then we were like, would you be okay with maybe walking with us back to that area where you saw this figure? And at first she was kind of hesitant. If you remember correctly, she was just kind of like, well, that area back there really freaks me out.
She got antsy. Yep. She was very antsy, couldn't sit still.
But then she was just like, you know what? Yeah, for the sake of your guys' YouTube channel, whatever, I'll do that for you.
Huge. That was awesome.
To kind of tie into that with Jason and Jason, so when we went the following weekend and we met with those two guys, they encountered, without knowing anything about Brittany's experience or anything about an old lady, because if I remember correctly, they only knew about the little boy that haunts the swing set, supposedly.
Yes.
Okay, so when they went back there while we were filming, one of the Jasons said that he clearly saw a figure come out from behind a tree and just kind of like peek out at them, and they went back behind the tree. And it was the same group of trees. It wasn't the same tree.
No, it wasn't the exact
but
same tree.
But it was the
tree.
same group of trees in this certain area that they experienced that.
Yep.
So, once again, was it a ghost? Who freaking knows? That's not that's not us to...
I don't want to make the claim it wasn't or it isn't, but at the same time, like we said on this show, and like we said even while we were at Fox Ridge, we're not going to tell anybody that they didn't experience something. Just because Aaron and myself don't see certain things that everybody else does, who am I to say you did or did not have that experience?
Right. And that's not what this channel is about. Right?
No, absolutely not. So when he had that happen to him, especially after hearing Brittany's story and that kind of being in the back of my mind based on what she had told me with her and then with other friends that had been to the park, because in that same group of trees that Jason saw, her friends had seen something going in between the trees in the same manner. So it wasn't even like there was a tie-in there that kind of really hit home once Jason told us that, because I was like, that's interesting. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't just like, and Jason and Brittany, the Jasons and Brittany don't know each other.
No.
They have no idea, like, we didn't tell them that we talked to Brittany and vice versa. So until after the fact.
Right.
So.
Possibly a coincidence, guys.
Maybe.
Possibly not.
Maybe.
Once again, we're just recapping what happened. For those of the people who, from what you saw in the video, there was a time lapse between us filming at the swing set to us basically tearing all that equipment down and then starting the rest of our, what's the word I'm looking for?
Segment?
Experience at the park, at the back of the park. So, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Once again, still kind of a skeptic, but...
It's because we didn't see... Of course we're going to be skeptics, right? So, like, we didn't see it. So, like, who are we to... You know what I mean? Like, I can't judge that, neither could you. Like, who am I to say that's real or that it isn't real? But what I can tell you, because Aaron and I both experienced this, and I'm sure he'll probably feel the same way. So, we'll stay on track. So, back of the park, the corner... we went to this dark area, not lit up, no, sideways streetlights or anything. Yeah. And from the very first time we went back there, and I'll just recap, and I think I touched on it in the video. It was a summertime evening when we were there. Very first time, no cameras. And then we walked in that dark area, and right past the trash can that you see in that video, and we pointed out, it was significantly colder, almost 10 degrees, if not more, colder than what it was out in the regular area of the park. And I said it the second I felt it because I was like, it's cold. And Aaron was like, dude, you're right. It's really, really cold. Like, it's significantly colder. Yeah. There's no AC units, and we show it in the video. No AC units, nothing to suggest why it would be that cold in that area. Right. So that, to me, is still very, very weird.
Very odd.
Very weird.
Now, when we went back with Jason and Jason, we went back through that area, and we did not experience the cold spot.
No.
Which is weird. And once again, we looked through the whole area to show that there was no vents there. There's nothing there that would cause any kind of, change in temperature. Strange.
Dude, I almost wish I had a thermometer during that time to just track it and just be like, look. It is this much cooler right here, unexplainably, than it is in the rest of the park. That doesn't make sense. I don't know. To me, that doesn't make sense. I'm not saying that's anything. It could just be a weird coincidence completely, but odd.
Odd, to say the least. But things get a little odder. We're kind of hanging out in that area, and me and Chase are kind of telling Jason and Jason about the school. So... there's a fence, and then there's an elementary school on the other side of the fence where the playground is kind of in the distance. That supposedly is where a lot of people report seeing the shape of the old lady. Yep. And that's why a lot of people believe that the old lady is actually the ghost of the teacher that died in that park. I guess she was a teacher at that school, and so she would kind of wander that playground. Even though the old lady they were seeing was on the other side of the fence in the park.
Yeah.
In those trees.
And that part's
Could be
never been
something.
explained. I don't know the ins and outs of that story. I don't think Aaron. I don't think either of us do. But like, it's odd, and multiple people have had experiences with this figure / maybe lady. So, don't know the backstory, but I'd be curious to know the actual like where they think these origins come from to
Right.
why she would be in this park.
I mean, I distinctly remember the article that I read stating that there was 4 people that definitely died in this park.
Yep.
Could be a lot more. Who knows? I mean, people walk their dogs there all the time. I mean, who knows? So we were kind of hanging out back there, kind of talking.
Yep.
They were telling us about, the shadow that they saw that came out from behind the tree, and they were kind of showing us that. Well, then one of the Jasons pulls out his cell phone again. Same area where he had taken the picture of the shape of the miner.
Yep.
But this time he's just kind of videotaping the school, the playground in the school, and he catches an orb.
Yep.
If you
The
remember
orb.
correctly.
Yeah. But it's streaked.
It was clearly a light
Yep.
that you could see in his video, moving around. Okay, now to touch on orbs. Once again, I'm kind of a skeptic on that. I feel like when it comes to photography and filming, a lot of things can create an orb effect. It could be a bug. It could be a glare on the lens.
100%, yeah.
It could be a number of different things.
The lighting could hit just right. It could be a
Okay.
lot of things. Yep.
But what we did was, as he was filming on his cell phone, I pulled out my cell phone, start recording the same area that he's filming, and I have the orb in my video as well. And for some reason, that video did not save in my phone. I don't know if I forgot to hit the freaking record button or if I accidentally deleted it. I have the video after it.
I'll have to hit up Jason because I'm pretty sure Jason still has the video. He saved everything. He screenshotted through the video of the actual orbs itself. And I remember we took pictures from different angles too, because to play on the whole it could be light thing is we took it from different angles. We wouldn't pick up that same kind of reflection or whatever, if you will, in a different shot from a different angle.
But you pulled out your phone and you videotaped the same area at the same exact time that we were videotaping the orb, and yours did not have the orb in it, and we were literally all focusing our phones on the same exact spot.
Yeah.
Once again, weird. How is that possible? If there's something that's flying around, whether it be a bug or whatever, creating this orb in Jason's phone and my phone, why is it not appearing in your phone?
I don't know, dude. There was a lot
Once
of
again,
weird things.
another thing that
Weird
happened at the
things.
park that we can't freaking explain.
Nope.
Is it paranormal? Who freaking knows? That's not, once again,
Nope.
that's
It's not what we do.
who's to say?
That's not what we do. Is it strange? Is it odd?
It's strange,
100% it is. Something that I can't explain. It's something, Aaron can't explain. That's why we're talking about it.
So then, that's
Then what do we do, Aaron? Then what?
That's where things get a little weird. Okay, so as we are back in the back of the park doing this, videotaping of the orbs and stuff like that, we noticed I had left one of my candles, the candle from the video, I had left in the swing.
So I'm not going to lie. Hold on. Before Aaron gets here, because Aaron's going to get there.
I'm going there.
And, to this point with where we were at, if you weren't there, you could be a skeptic. It's fair, because we had an experience, in a sense. For me, it was, because it just happens that, and I know you hear this all the time, where something happens and you didn't get it on camera. You weren't recording. Literally, so my thought process up to this point was that was kind of a dud. There wasn't really anything here. There were some odd circumstances to things, but this definitely was something where I was like, okay, this makes it worth being out here and doing what we did. Didn't catch it on video completely, but we did see something. Aaron, go. Sorry.
And, ready, set, go.
Candle. You're talking about
Okay, yeah, so we had left the candle that was in the video on the swing. So there's 2 swings. If you're looking at the swings from the playground, the swing on the left is supposedly the one that is the one that starts moving significantly. I left the candle, and the purpose of the candle, for those of you that didn't know, was I was trying to show, without getting too technical, I was trying to show people, because if it's windy, the flame on the candle will be blowing, a lot, like these are when you're I mean, you know what a candle freaking does when it's windy. I don't have to explain that.
Science.
But so that was the purpose of the candle, was I wanted to show people, like, okay, it's not the freaking wind. There was hardly any wind at all the whole night.
It was pretty dead.
With the exception of the damn sprinklers.
Dude, by the way, like, city of Henderson, geez, you watered the hell out of that park. Anyway, go ahead.
So as we were in the back of the park filming the orbs, we noticed that another group of people, young kids, had come and they were hanging around the swing set, which, okay, is a pretty good distance from where we're at. This park isn't huge, but it's a decent-sized park. So we're probably, would you say, about 300, 400 yards from the swings, maybe like half a football field?
Not even, dude.
Not even?
Probably not. I would say maybe 80 yards.
I think it might be a little more than that. I mean, because it was...
No, because we were back on the sidewalk, dude. It wasn't even... It was maybe 80 yards away from us.
Okay.
As far as from us, from the kid. Sorry,
I feel like it was
close. It was in that
distance.
range. Yeah.
No,
it was.
Like we could clearly see that there was a group of kids over there, and they were gathered around the swing. And okay, at this point, it's probably 1 o'clock in the morning. So once again, this is a super popular park. People come here all hours of the night to see this swing set. So a group of kids were there, and they were kind of hanging around the swing, but they didn't mess with our candle. The candle was still in the haunted swing, the one on the left.
Still lit,
still not moving, nothing. And so they're kind of hanging around there and this and that. We could see them. Didn't really think anything of it.
Nope.
So we continued to hang out in the back of the park.
Well,
when they left, we decided we were going to head back over to the swings. To gather the candle, and Jason and the other Jason were ready to leave, so that we were kind of like...
We weren't recording at this point. We had already cut off.
We had already
cameras off.
Yeah. Okay, so to rewind that, when we got done filming in front of the swing set, we actually packed up the camera that we're using right now, which is a stationary camera, and we went ahead and put all that stuff back in the bags, and we put them back in my truck. And then we used... No, we did use this phone.
We did. Camera. Yes, we did.
Sorry, I'm confused.
No, you're good.
That's right. Aiden was carrying this camera. But we had put like all of our chairs and stuff back in the car. That's what it was.
We put everything away.
Everything except for the camera. So we were going back to the swing sets to basically like say goodbye to Jason.
Just wrap up.
Jason,
it was just a wrap up thing.
Wrap everything up and kind of work our way back over to our car, because my car was parked over there too. And okay, so this, once again, as Chase was touching on, about, it's frustrating as hell that, because when I see the same thing, when people are like, oh my God, I witnessed this, and then by the time I got my cell phone out, it wasn't doing it anymore. Whether it be, oh, I saw a UFO, but by the time I got my phone out and, started filming, it had already left. Or I saw a Sasquatch, but by the time I got my phone out and started recording, it had already went over a hill. And you're just like, likely story, right? Damn. What a coincidence. Once again, you saw something, but you don't have any proof of it. Well, God damn it.
We're in that category, bro.
God damn it.
We fit right into that club because...
So we start working our way up the sidewalk back to the swings. And the damn swing, not the one that has the candle in it that is supposedly haunted.
It wasn't.
The one next to it is moving. Okay, it's not swinging like somebody's in it, swinging like a little kid would swing. It was moving as if somebody was sitting on the swing, but had their feet on the ground and was just kind of like moving around.
Yeah, just kind of walking with their
forward,
feet.
Back, side. Nothing crazy.
No.
Not like an adult would
not
do,
big moves. No, it's
but
small.
Maybe a kid that had short legs,
8 years old,
who can't get that much of a movement. But it was significant, guys. Like, if you looked at it, you would be like, that freaking swing is moving by itself. We weren't looking for it.
And the other swing to just cover was not moving at all.
It's in the video, guys.
It's on the... It's light on the video. That's what I will say. On the video, it's very light because there's a significant difference from what we saw, the Jasons, you and me, compared to what we capture on video. And I hate that. I hate that happened. I hate that we stopped rolling.
And to be honest with you, the reason that happened is because when we saw the swings, I don't remember which one of us noticed it first, but we were like, dude, that freaking swing is moving. And we looked at each other, all 4 of us, 5 of us, because my son was there as well. And we were like, holy shit, that freaking swing is moving.
Yeah.
And so I don't remember what happened, but we were like, somebody get your phone out and record it. So that's what we did. We all start fumbling for our damn phones. We get it out. I think you happened to be the first one out. You started videotaping, and it stopped moving the way it was.
It was just smaller. Yeah.
In the video, you can still see it. And once again, you know, people can be like, well, it's not moving very much. That could be the wind. Well, look at the candle next to it. Look, the candle was barely moving, but the swing was still kind of moving as if somebody was just sitting on it.
The whole wind thing is NA, man. Like, people got to stop. It's the wind. Okay, one, we have a candle. Two, the other swing wasn't moving. That whole thing of it being wind is NA. So I'm not even listening to those comments that say, oh, it's probably just the wind. Probably not, because it would move the other swing.
And guys, we have no reason to lie about
this. I have no reason to try to make it up.
Incentive to lie about this. Like, we're not a ghost hunting channel. We're not trying to get viewers by claiming to have witnessed something.
Normal swing sets don't move like that. I'm just saying. Like, they just don't.
We saw what we saw.
Yep.
And
because the other swings were not moving at all. The little kid swings next, like on the other side from it.
It shows that. You actually panned over to, which we're going to get to that too, but you panned over to the little kid swings, the ones where it's like a bucket swing.
Yep.
Not moving at all. Even the swing next to the swing that we said is moving with the candle in it was not moving at all. Yep. The candle, the wick on the candle was very, very, very lightly moving, the flame. So, once again, was it a ghost? Who knows? But I will say this with a straight face, with all honesty, before we were able to start filming with your camera, the swing was moving. I have no reason to lie about that. 100%.
Neither of us, none of us do. All five of us have no reason to sit there and try to BS.
Jason and Jason were here, they would tell you the same thing.
Yep.
They saw the same thing we did at the same exact time. It's unfortunate that we were not able to get it on the camera, but it is what it is, guys. Like, the freaking swing was moving. We filmed what we could. You guys saw, what we were able to get, and that's that. You know what I mean?
Nuts, man. It's crazy. Look, I don't need anybody to try to validate what we like. I don't need validation. That's how much I do not care whether people believe that or do not believe that. Because for you, me, the other three that were there, we know what we saw.
And I know what we saw. I feel the same way about people that witness Sasquatch and people that UFOs is they'll tell you straight up, I saw what I saw.
Yep.
I could care less if you believe me or not. I could care less if you think it's nonsense or whatever.
Yep.
That's what I saw. I'm telling you what I saw. And that's
like I said, I'm a skeptic to a point,
right?
But I'm not somebody that's going to tell you to your face you didn't see that.
Well, if you remember, I was saying that I was super skeptical when it came to ghosts and stuff in the video. I was telling you I was 99% skeptic.
Yep.
But there was the 1%. I will say that after seeing that swing and laying in bed that night, just replaying it in my mind and just trying to process what we saw.
Yep.
I definitely have a different perception on that. I would say that I'm probably more 75-25 now because I can't explain it, dude. There's no way a swing should move like that. Even if there was wind, if the wind is blowing this way, the swing will sway like this. If this wind is blowing this way, the swing will blow like this. The damn swing was moving all directions as if somebody was just kind of
it was
just kind of playing around, just kind of wiggling their butt as they're sitting on the swing, which, you guys can picture what I'm saying.
There he is. Yep. It's very robotic. I would almost, that's how I would describe it, as just robotic. It's not doing it near as much as it was a second ago, though. Earlier it was so much more than this. And once again, you look at the flame, and it's just very little. I wonder if the flame is going off. He doesn't want anything to do with that fire.
That's what it was doing.
It wasn't something. So to touch on what Aaron's saying is, it wasn't a
what was the word you used?
It wasn't a smooth, like flowy type swing. It was a very like.
You said mechanical.
It was mechanical. It was so in the sense of how
it,
and it was very controlled. So it wasn't like like when you blow a feather, it blows in the wind. This was a controlled, like it would go one direction, kind of like, and then it was almost like it would pause, not like a long pause, but it was like a pause, and then it would go back to moving again.
And there was a point. I remember there was a point where it stayed.
Yeah, it went inside. Yeah,
before
that part's in the video. Yeah, that part is actually in the video where it does that.
It didn't like just go like this constantly.
Yeah.
And it actually stayed for a minute, like it paused, and then it moved again.
So in case you don't know, wind does not make a swing move that way.
It goes against physics, dude.
There's no way. There's nothing to say like that swing should have paused to the side the way it did. That does not make sense.
No.
And same thing, Aaron. So even just going home that night, definitely replayed it several times, and I'm like, it's not the scariest thing that I've ever experienced, like in person, but it's definitely one of those things where it makes you scratch your head and you're like, how? Like it just doesn't make sense. But
yeah,
great experience though overall.
You don't have to be a scientist
No.
for you to be like,
Nope.
It doesn't make any sense that it would move like that.
Science
and I'm sure
can't
the
find
other two Jasons are probably feeling the same way we are. Like they saw what they saw.
Yep.
Was it a ghost? Who knows? But a swing shouldn't move like that.
Not
Even
like
if
that.
there's wind,
Yeah,
it would
not like
not
that.
move like that.
No.
We saw what we saw, guys. We're not trying to convince anybody. We're not trying to like get more followers by saying that we witnessed a ghost. We saw what we saw, dude.
We're not that good at editing to even edit the swing moving anyway, so like.
And I'm not that good of a liar.
No. I have no reason to lie. I
There's
just don't.
none.
I have zero. Like, I could care less. I don't have a reason to lie.
Yeah.
So, it was a cool experience though, man. Definitely one of those things where it's like, and we like doing stuff like that. It's not to say every single time we have these things where we go out, we check these things out, that we're gonna see this. It's just circumstances. That's how it ended up. Now, was it a crazy thing like international news type stuff? No, it wasn't. But is it weird? Does it make you scratch your head a little bit? Absolutely. 100% it does. Right. So,
well, and then I will touch on, and in closing, I will touch on, okay, for those of you who have watched our video or who are going to watch it, I'm going to give a shout out to my coworker and my buddy named Gabriel, who contacted us and said that in the end of the video, when it goes to cell phone footage, when we're able to pull out our cell phones and videotape that swing, at the 32:45 mark, he sees in between the big people swing set, and the little kid swing set in that frame,
in that gap
where you're about to pan over to the little kid swing set.
Yep.
At the 32:45 mark, he sees what looks like kind of like a shadow. I'm not going to say it is, guys. I'm not going to say it is. Watch it yourself. See what you think.
It's on the video.
But I've had 4 people, since he told me about it, I've had 4 people say, dude, I see something in that frame that doesn't look right. Like the fence, it's kind of like blurry. So it's clear. The frame is clear. And then there's something blurry here. What looks like maybe possibly 2 legs. I don't know. And then it's clear again. And the blurry is in a very small spot, not very wide at all. Once again, I'm not saying
I need to go back and pay more attention to that spot, dude. I tried to watch it, and I haven't seen it.
I see it. I see it. He actually circled it for me.
Okay.
I see what they're talking about. Once again, it's not clear. It's not something that's going to jump out at you and be like, oh my God, there's something standing there. I don't know what it is, but for 4 people to point it out to me, 4 different people who, it's not like they were all sitting together and like, hey, do you see that?
Yeah.
No, these are 4 different people that watched the video 4 different times that said, yeah, I kind of see something in that frame as well. So
I don't know, man. Yeah.
Let us know what you
nuts.
guys think when you watch the video.
Yeah, if you see it, please let us know. Because it's nuts, man. I don't see it.
It'd be awesome if we caught.
We caught something on camera. Yeah.
Not gonna make us famous, but it would
Not
be kind of
trying
cool.
to get famous from this. I'm really not. I do this because I enjoy this. I don't do this for any other reason.
Yeah.
So
So once again, that's what we experienced at Fox Ridge.
Fox Ridge, guys, it was a good time. Go check it out.
Yeah. If you guys are ever in Vegas or you live here in town, go check it out. I will say that time frame between 11:45 and 12:15, when supposedly, which I was told and I've read, was the time that the swing was swinging.
Yep.
That was not the time we witnessed the swing moving. We left that park at, I want to say, like 2:30. It was in the 2:00 hour.
I think it was around 2. I think it was about 2:30 when we were about to try to leave. Yeah, in that realm. Which, I mean, it's a really weird time to be at a park, but
when we were leaving, people were still coming. There was people still coming to the park.
That was nuts. There was people that had pulled up as we were loaded up, no kidding, pulling away from the park, and that was 2:30 when we had left.
Yeah.
That was pretty
That's
crazy.
what I mean. Like, people, this park is very popular.
Yeah, it's true.
Famous, I'll even go as far as to saying it's pretty famous in the sense that people come from all over to
There's YouTube videos, I feel like, galore on this park. There's, ghost hunters that go here. So, like, it's not just a Vegas local thing. This has been, no kidding, investigated fairly hard, actually, to try to figure out what's going on.
And like I said, you guys can find videos on YouTube if you look.
Yep.
A lot of stuff pops up. There's a lot of stuff on there that'll pop up that doesn't show anything, but at the same time, there are videos that will show that swinging.
Oh yeah.
So like I said, let us know what you guys think. Let us know if you guys ever experienced anything there.
For sure.
If you guys do go after watching this video and you experience something, hit us up. Let us know, because
turn your camera phone on.
just be prepared.
Just turn your camera phone on and just let it roll. Even if you're just exploring, just walking, because we had no intentions of catching anything on camera. Literally seeing what we like. If there's something there, I haven't seen it. Like, I'm the one that shot it, and I still haven't seen it.
And to touch on that, like, people might be wondering, well, why didn't they just leave the camera filming the whole time? Well, you couldn't really leave, guys. It's freaking Las Vegas. You leave a $200, $300 camera sitting there filming while we're at the other end of the park. Somebody's taking that shit. Especially
late at night. I'm not saying I don't want Hobo Joe taking our shit.
I'm not willing to take that chance of leaving a camera there filming to catch a swing, maybe move or maybe not move, and possibly having somebody run off with your camera.
Now, if we had extra crew members to like sit there, watch the camera, watching the swing, cool, maybe. But we're just not diving into it like that.
Right, and that's the thing, dude. We didn't experience anything.
No.
We sat there for 30, 45 minutes by the damn swing, and we didn't witness anything. Nothing.
We sat there during the times that were documented to have things happen. Yeah. We sat there the entire time.
What we thought, nothing.
Anyway,
we had nothing happen. So, I wasn't expecting anything.
No,
dude. We said it.
We said it in the video. We said, do we want something to happen? Absolutely. Is it probable that it will? No, it's not. Because realistically, when you want things to happen, it doesn't. Because literally, I think it's as we were not looking into seeing anything, like, because we were like, oh, this is the end of the shoot. Like, we're done. We were kind of just shooting it up with, the Jasons, and it just worked out that way. It just happened. So it's a cool experience, though, man.
Well, now we can say we were those guys that saw something and weren't able to record it.
I'm in this club, and I want a T-shirt.
It won't happen again.
No, because
I
even if this camera is turned off, my camera phone will be on. Because if we catch anything and anything is on those videos, you guys are going to see it.
I wish I had my cell phone out.
Yep.
As we were walking up the sidewalk.
Dude, we have no excuse. We should have been recording every moment of from the time we get out of the vehicle to the time we're walking through the park. Even if we never show that footage to anybody else, we should have that footage because you never know what you're going to pick up and when you'll pick it up. Like the craziest footage is caught after the fact when you're not trying to catch anything.
Yeah.
And
super unfortunate.
we were not trying to catch anything when we were at the swings. We were just trying to show the swing moving. The extra, if it's there, because I still, like I said, haven't seen it. Cool. Awesome. Yeah. But yeah, man,
could be
good trip.
Could not, but
good trip.
Anyway, guys, so that does it for this episode.
Yeah.
Next episode, we got some more stuff planned. We're still in October.
We're in October, man. We got some things coming your way.
Yeah.
So it's a busy month.
It is.
I'm surprised we haven't had a few more things done, but I mean, life happens, right? So.
Well, we're gonna try to go out literally as we speak. We're gonna try to go out after filming this episode, and we're gonna go try to find some tunnels that we were tipped off about from Brittany.
There's screams in this tunnels, guys. Like, holy crap.
Yeah. I don't know how that's going to go, but I will tell you this. We will be filming the whole time. If we can find these tunnels, guys, we're actually playing with the idea of going live.
Oh, no, Aaron. Let me tell you right now. We find said tunnels, we're going live.
We're going live.
Gonna go live.
So everything we see from the time we get there to the time we leave, we are going to have.
And it will be saved to our Facebook page. I'm going to try to save it also to my phone, so that way we can post it elsewhere.
Now, be patient with us, guys, because we haven't done this before. We haven't gone live.
So no, dude, my bad, not cutting you off. No. This is literally for the purpose of what we just talked about. Is I don't want to miss another moment. Right. So the thing is like to make this better for you guys and give y'all a perspective of what we experience. Is you see what we see, you hear what we hear. So if something happens, you hear a sound, you hear a scream, you hear any of those things. We're experiencing it the same time you are.
Yeah.
Like,
so there's no debating.
There's no debating, and I'm gonna videotape from the time probably we get out of the truck until the time we walk into that tunnel until the time we leave, because I'm catching everything. We will miss nothing.
Yeah. We better bring our phone chargers.
It's already charging.
Okay.
Already doing that.
So hopefully we can find these tunnels, guys.
Yes.
But if it's shady, we're not doing it.
I'm not getting stabbed by
There's
Hobo
a lot
Joe.
of freaking homeless people in Vegas, and it's getting kind of cold at night here. So people will kind of flock to stuff like that to get out of the wind and stuff.
That's true.
So if we feel like it's not safe, we're not going to do it. And I don't think anybody would fault us for that. Like, they'd just be like, it's freaking homeless people. And
this is what we want to do. The idea is what we want to do.
Right.
Hopefully we get to, because for you guys this would be great, and hopefully maybe if it doesn't work out this time, maybe another time. But we will bring you this experience one way or another.
Yep. And if we don't, like I said, we have other stuff planned this month. We will be doing a Halloween special. So stay tuned for that.
Yes.
That one's going to be pretty fun.
Amazing.
We're going to try to get some people involved in that. Hopefully everything works out with that.
Yes.
So stay tuned for that. And we will be back soon with some more footage or some more episodes for you guys.
Yeah.
Yep. So once again, I'm Aaron.
I'm Chase.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you soon.
Happy Halloween.
Later.